up now? Let's see, we'll check it out. Yo. What is up, people? If you're here with me in 2024, what's up? We here. We made it. Turn that off because I was playing on the key 61. I'm gonna have to switch the microphones in a minute so that you know what I'm saying, I can go over through some stuff. But you know, basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys like kind of a first impressions video live of what I think of the MPC key 61, because I did do an impressions video when this thing before it first came out, and when it came out, me and I Am Sight, we had talked about it. We had speculated on what we thought it was going to cost and all that stuff. But it's been out for a while now. I can't even remember when it came out. Let me check right here on Google and see when it came out. Okay, so if we're going off Google, looks like it came out June 24th, 2022. So this thing has been out for almost 2 years now. June it will be 2 years that this thing has been out, and you know, like I said, the only thing I could do was speculate because I didn't have one in hand. Now, I did get a chance for Zounds to send me one out, and I'm very I appreciate Zounds sending it out to me. I have links in the description below. If you guys do want to check this thing out, you guys can go check it out there. Great, man, I haven't been live so long. I'm kind of like caught up. But yeah, they have a great payment plan that you guys can get on if you're trying to get gear. You know what I'm saying, on a payment plan. If you don't have the cash, to just dish it out right away. So, you know what I'm saying, you guys feel free to check that out or whatever. But yeah, now that I have one in hand, I've been able to play with it. Not as much as I wanted to because of all the stuff I've been having going on in my life at the moment. But I have had a chance to mess with it enough to come up with some idea of, you know, how I feel about it and who I think it's for. So we're going to jump on it too. And, you know what I'm saying, mess around and just kind of go over an overview of some of the stuff that I like and some of the things that I don't like about it. Or, you know, some of the things that it's missing that it probably could have. But, you know, we're going to go through that stuff. But first, like I said, I want to thank all you guys for being here. If you're rocking with me 2024, I'm trying to come back strong. I know I've been a little bit inconsistent. I say that every time, but, you know, I'm making a hard count to try to release a video every week or do some type of live something. Every week I have to be present for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you guys rock with me. You've been here with me, a lot of you guys from the beginning. And I do appreciate all the help and all the support that you guys have given me. So The best thing that I can do is try to be more consistent and try to release more stuff. Letting you guys know what the T is, or going over this gear, making beats, all that stuff. I want to branch off into like um, some of the DAWs and stuff too, because I do know how to use a lot of them. I know how to use Logic Pro, Pro Tools, FL Studio, stuff like that. So, what I'm saying, I gotta switch my microphone. I'm gonna switch the feed over to the MPC Key 61, and then we're gonna try to get the microphone working on there. If you guys could please help me, let me know if you hear me. Once I do all that, it should take only a second. Let's make this mono. Let's just put this on input 1. Okay, now you guys should be able to hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. And I need another thing so I can even see the chat from here. Goodness. I really didn't think this through before I did it. Let's I might be coming in hot too. Let me cut it down a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. Let me see. How do I sound? How do I sound? Am I coming in hot? I'm gonna go ahead and switch this over to this screen so it's closer to me. What's good, ET2? JT, what's good? It's better. Great. I appreciate it. Let me check my levels on here. Yeah, it seems like it's coming in good. Okay. And this is one of the first things that I like about the MPC Key 61. You kind of get like the I/O of like the MPC X, right? Because none of the other MPCs have microphone inputs on them except the MPC X. The MPC X is the only other MPC that we have right now that has the mic inputs, and you get 2 1/4-inch combo jacks. So you get the quarter inch, and you get the regular XLR microphone jacks for this unit. And as you can hear, it comes in pretty clean. It might not be like the best of like what you could possibly get for like audio input, but to me this sounds pretty good, and you can do amazing things with it. Another thing that I like about the MPK 61 is that everything is kind of here. And you would think that this would be super heavy, and it is like a chunky boy, but it's not super heavy. So move it around your studio is not going to be a huge deal. You know what I'm saying? If you need to move it from like right here to a table or something like that, you're not going to break your back. Underneath, we have the Motif 88, which is a big chunky heavy dude. Like moving this, I don't like moving this keyboard by itself. I have to have somebody helping me with it because to move it by itself is pretty heavy. This thing is pretty light, but it still feels like it's built pretty well. So I really like that. You know what I'm saying? It has a whole bunch of function buttons. It has almost the same amount, or it might have just a little bit more than what the MPC X has. So, like I said, the shortcut buttons and the way to navigate through this thing is amazing, and I like that. We're lacking in Q links. That's one of the negatives. It has like four Q links like the MPC one or the MPC Live two, but that's not a huge deal. I mean, you can learn how to navigate it, but having 16 Q links like the X has is definitely a plus. But since we only have four, that's kind of like takes away from it, and we don't have full size pads on here. But I'm not really worried about that because this is like you know going after the key players and stuff like that, people who play piano. It's kind of like made for them. But I say that this thing is good for beat makers and whole because it kind of gives you everything that you need all in one. So um, I thought I was gonna hate the pads on the MPC one, but actually after I messed with the MPC one, I actually like got used to it and didn't think it was so bad. Even though they're smaller, you can still hit them. They're not like it's not like you're like hitting three pads at a time because they're so small. They're not bad. So and it's an NPC. That's the biggest thing about it that I like is that it does the same thing that you can do with all the other NPCs. You got all your functions. You can sample. You got the looper. You have you can explode your tracks. You got audio tracks, and like I said, you can utilize them even better because you have the microphone. You know what I'm saying, with 48 phantom power. Right now I'm using my condenser mic, which is actually running off phantom power. So you can use these microphones with phantom power like a regular audio interface. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beat that I made. Like, I think this is the first beat that I made on the NBC Key 61. I think that this inspires like more of those like melodic beats and stuff like that. Because you're working with the keys. Some beautiful stuff. Um, we're like working with the NPC X or like that. You might be more compelled to make like some hip hop. So you know, this kind of like changes like what you want to do, you know, with it being all by itself. That's just how it makes me feel. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. And you still got the shortcut buttons like on the NPC one in the live two, since you don't have I mean you don't really need that. I just said that where you're at. I mean you can browse all the stuff right here. So I could have just double clicked that and went there, but I'm so used to using the shortcut buttons on the NPC Live 2 that I just do it without even thinking about it. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Yeah, we're still here. Okay, so now one of the things that this doesn't have that I think NPC users as a whole would like that it doesn't have is it doesn't have the spit of connections. So if you want to hook a turntable into this, using the spit of line connections, you're not going to be able to, because it doesn't have those inputs on here. Now, it does have line. It does have line inputs, but I'm pretty sure those are mostly used for like instrument inputs, because this thing seems like it's going more for like the musical input instead of like the sampling inputs of like how the original MPCs are used. So that's one of the negative things about it. You don't have too many MIDI ins or MIDI outs either. So if you want to control other things using this, you got one MIDI in, one MIDI out, and then you have a MIDI through. And I think you can use that to like daisy chain uh, different different instruments together. But that's how you would have to use it. This touch strip, I think the touch strip is pretty good. The touch strip is like, for note repeat, I love using the touch strip. I ain't gonna lie. It makes it easy when you're using the touch strip, but I never really been a fan of like the touch effects anyway, because they won't let you record them on the master, and so I just don't really be compelled to use them like that. So in my eyes, all the NPCs fall short when it comes to that, because the type of effects that you can achieve with the touch effects, you should be able to record that into the master, or like on your master track when you're doing like a final mix or something like that. But they don't allow you to do that. So unless I'm missing something, if anybody knows of a way that you can do that, you know, let me know. I'm always happy to be proven wrong and somebody to be right, because I don't know all. But I'm just saying that for this touch strip, if it would have been really, really amazing to me if it was something that you could use with like the master, or you can actually, use it in a way that is going to be like productive for me. But that's just, like I said, that's just my personal opinion of what I think about it. But for no repeat, it's just dope. I like being able to touch stuff. Um, this is better than the touch screen on the MPC Live 2 or the MPC 1. Nothing is better than the physical buttons on the X for me when it comes to note repeat. I love using the physical buttons for doing note repeat. Um, the touch screen isn't that bad, but I've always been like a physical buttons. I think it's because I started with the MPC Ren, and you could do that with the MPC Renaissance when it came out. It had physical buttons that you use for note repeat, and it's just so easy to actuate those when you're trying to do like hi hat rolls or drum rolls, stuff like that. And like I said, man, the outputs that we don't have too many outputs. We have we have your main outputs, and then you have three and four. So you have two outputs, and basically, um, let me see how many inputs we have. Yeah, you have two stereo outputs, and then one input. Maybe I'm lying. I just don't want to be incorrect. I should have wrote all this stuff down. Like I said, man, this was last minute, but I just wanted to do something. But no, you have two stereo outputs, and then you have like two microphone combo jacks, which could be used as a stereo input if you want. Now, like I said, man, I I'm a little bit biased. I guess I could say I'm a little bit biased because this is one of the NPCs that I really wanted. I think it's a very fine unit, and like I said, you can do things with it, you know, that you can't do with other NPCs. Um, it does have like a chord mode that you can like so you can make it to where all the keys are, you don't press a wrong key. You have to go into the settings to do it. I forgot how to do it, but I will be putting that in a video, because I am gonna give like my final thoughts um, on the unit, and I do have a theory of what I think this MPC is for. But just in the short term, I think this is a great keyboard or a great MPC for keyboard users, and for people who are starting the studio and they want to build around something. Kind of like what I said about the MPC X. If you're going to take and spend the money to get something, that's going to be stuck in your studio, that's going to be the silhouette, that's going to be, the centerpiece of your studio. The MPC X is one of those units. I feel like this is the same thing, especially because of the size. This would be something that you would want to build around. If you already have like an existing studio of stuff in there, you will have to make room for it, or have like, keyboard stands like this somewhere to put it. But it doesn't put it right in your face. So how often you would be wanting to touch it is, that would be on you. Because like for me, since it hasn't been right in my face, because right now on my desk I have the MPC X SC sitting right there. So when I sit at my desk, I'm more compelled to mess with the MPC X SC because it's sitting right there. Now, with this being just as capable as the MPC X SC, maybe in other ways better, I'm still not compelled to touch it because it's not something that I'm building around. So if you're going to be getting something like this, you're probably going to want to put it somewhere where you want to, touch it all the time, which would be wherever you're going to be sitting at your workstation. So, I think this would be a great MPC for people to get for their first MPC and build around. And then the thing is that like these started out at like $1,800. They've gone down now. They're around 14. I think they're $14.99, so about $1,500. They came down about $200 or $300 in price, and which I think that is solid for this. And one of the other reasons why, which is a plus, is because when you get this, you also get all of this. You get all the sounds right here. So this was a big thing for me when all this software came out. Just buying it, it was expensive if you didn't own like a Key 61 or MPC X SC. Like a lot of the new MPCs came with this on it. But if you had like the MPC Live 2 like I have, then you didn't get this stuff. But this keyboard came with the whole suite. And I think that right there also makes it worth it. And that's a big plus with it, because like I said, when this first came out, I think the whole plugin suite was like $500 or $600 to get everything. But with the $1,500 price point, that's like maybe $300 more than the MPC X2. I mean the MPC Live 2. You get all the plugins as well. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of these plugins are good. I think like I said, well, Hype is one of my favorite ones, but the Fabric XL is good. Mellotron is pretty good. The organs plugin is pretty good. Stage Piano is good. And I had critical like, oh my goodness, Jura, but you got to pay for that one. But if anybody who doesn't have Jura, they got to get Jura, bro. Jura is the truth. But that's a paid program plugin for everybody. But basically what I'm saying is that it just makes it worth it. You know what I'm saying, to get it, if you're building around it, or if you're a keyboard player. If you're a person who plays the keys and you like playing the keys, man, this is like the best keyboard for you, because like even the keys, like they're like semi-weighted, and they feel good for a semi-weighted keyboard. Shoot, what I did, I changed up the sound of my. Uh-oh. Gotta undo that. Man, I almost messed up my beat, man. Let me check into the chat and see what you guys are talking about real quick. E2 ET2 said that it's lighter than the MPC Live 2. You know what? Just because you said that, ET, I'm gonna test that in the next video I do. Definitely, it has more RAM. That's one thing that I didn't mention as well. That it has more RAM, man. These things don't have a tremendous amount of RAM. You know, that's been a whole debate in the MPC key community too, or not the MPC key community, and the MPC community as well. Is how much RAM should these things have, and what the capability of them is, or the capability of what they should be able to do. And in my opinion for that is that as long as it does what you need it to do, it doesn't really matter. You know, if you're a person who runs a whole bunch of plugins and you want to use VST3s and all that stuff, it's probably not going to be, for you unless you're using it in controller mode. In that case, you can use whatever hardware you're using, whatever computer you're using, you can use the power of that. And that's what makes all the MPCs so dynamic and kind of multifunctional when it comes to making music, because you have the standalone portion of it where you can take it and you can make beats, good beats, with it being standalone. But then if you really want more power, if you want your better plugins, a lot of y'all got crazy 20, 35 plugins, that sound super good but use a whole bunch of CPU and RAM. Then you could just plug it into your computer, and if your computer can handle it, then now you're just using the MPC as a controller, which is also dope. So it's a hybrid in that sense. But a lot of people think that they should be able to do more. I think where they sit at is okay. I would like to see them be able to do more. My dream is to be able to take this and do whatever I can do on the computer on the MPC. Some people don't want it like that because they want the simplicity. They don't want it to be able to do too much because they say that it hinders the what you call it. It hinders you from being able to challenge yourself. The creativity. There it goes. It hinders your creativity as far as being able to make beats. They say people are too reliant on these new plugins and stuff. And back in the day, they used to have to make stuff out of nothing, which I understand that side of the coin as well. But, I think for what they do a great job. What they have, you can still make hot stuff. And people have made dope beats with the older MPCs, you know what I'm saying? And those had megabytes of RAM in them. So, I think it's all subjective to what you want, but there's so many musical tools out here. If you really, whatever you want to achieve, you can find that item that's going to fit your studio. So let's go back up here. Says Nevada. Excuse all the noise in the background too. I got people in my house, my kids, they running around. So, everybody is loud here. Plus, these condenser microphones pick up everything. They do. I should have put a noise gate on it. But Nevada Sky, what's up? What's up, Jim? Nevada Sky, my boy Jimmy says that thing is huge. You know what? To be honest, it's big, but it's not big. It's a little bit bigger than my MPC Key 49, which isn't too big. Like I said, it's not light, but it's not heavy either. You can comfortably move it around, Well, you're not gonna hurt yourself trying to move it around, but it doesn't feel so cheap that it's like, like one of those cheap plastic MIDI controllers. You know what I'm saying? It does, the build quality, I feel like is pretty good. So let me see, Gary Smith. Where have I been, my brother, man? I've been living life, man. I'm telling you, like the last end of 2023 was not that great for me. I had a lot of stuff going on, bro. But uh, as men and as people, we just have to keep pushing through and keep trying to make things happen, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm really challenging myself to come up with some type of form content every week for you guys. I'm trying to make it a personal goal of 2024 to have like a video out every week, you know, even if it's like a live stream. I'm trying to do like shot and shoot and see this tells you right here how long I've been off the scene. You guys see how I'm fumbling my words and how, I've been off the scene so long, I'm not even tight with everything right now. But this is part of the process, is getting back in it and, just doing it. So yeah, it 2023, the last end of it. I probably say like the last, you know, 4 to 6 months of 2023 was like, tough for me, and I had a whole bunch of stuff going on. So, I just had to do what I had to do, bro, and that means I had to take some time, and I couldn't be as consistent. But I'm back now, man, and like I said, I really appreciate all you guys who've been here rocking with me or whatnot. So, um, let me see, ET2. We gotta remember that the MPC stands for MIDI Production Center. It's meant to be a trigger console for external gear. And yes, and that is the truth. And that is the truth. And I think that the MPC Key 61, it will still be able to do that. It has like the MIDI. It has a MIDI in and a MIDI out. You know what I'm saying? Which will trigger, and it has a MIDI through. So the MIDI through will allow you to daisy chain it to other units as well. But we also got to remember that it has USB ports, and you can also trigger MIDI that way as well. So this thing, like the MPCs now, the way that they can control stuff, even the MPC one is a powerful device when it's in the studio, because you can use it to trigger, other devices using USB MIDI. You don't always have to use the MIDI pen system to use it as to trigger other devices, if you get what I'm saying. I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna put all this stuff in my next video. I'm gonna have all the information correctly and precisely. Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking today. I'm so ill prepared. But no, the NPCs are capable, and this one is no less. And like I said, even with it being the keyboard, trying to target keyboard players and stuff like this, it has like a lot of the components of a starter producer would need. It has a MPC. It has an MPC built in it with MPC pads. It has a MIDI controller, or your keyboard MIDI controller, already right here. It has an audio interface with mic inputs, mic jacks. What, 48 phantom power, so you could run condenser microphones like this one that I'm using right now, and I am talking through the MPC key right now. I'm using the microphone inputs. This is what you guys are hearing right now, so you can let me know how it sounds. This is no plugins, nothing. I don't think it sounds bad. Then you have ways to get your sounds in. It has like an expandable SATA bay where you can put up to 2 terabytes in here if you want. I think that's overkill. It doesn't have a micro SD card. That's one of the negatives. I'm glad you kind of brought this up, because now I remembered that. That's one of the negatives against it. It doesn't have a micro SD card. That would be nice to just slide one in. A lot of people have their samples on micro SD cards now. I mean, not micro SD cards, but SD cards. Um, but it does have two USB ports as well, so you can use that to plug. You don't need that for a MIDI controller, so you can use that for external drives or, like I said, running MIDI through it. Controlling other instruments. You know what I'm saying? And then bring the outputs of those into either a mixer and having that come into the back of the Key 61, or you could just have one device just coming into the MPC Key 61 and using it like that, you know. And like I said, the microphone sounds good, and you can record some vocals and stuff on here. I did that with this beat. I think that's why I brought this beat up. And I did like a little short to this, but let's just look at it real quick. Don't y'all make fun of me, man, because this is me singing. But I'm gonna show you guys. You know what I'm saying? Is that it? That's not it. Hold on. Is it 5? Hold on. What happened? Oh, that would be bad. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Hmm. Oh my God, this is gonna suck. Because I don't know. Like I said, I had the stuff like saved, but I don't know if I saved my audio part on here, which is that would suck. Hmm. All that stuff should have been there. All right, I'm gonna have to figure this out later because now it's gonna bother me, and I'm gonna end up spending too much time messing with it. But yeah, I was definitely on number 4, I believe. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. So, bro, bro, I'll tell you, man. I know some of y'all was just feeling me right now. How you like then done something and then you go and it's not there and you thought that you lost it, bro. Like that's the feeling that I was just getting just right then. I was just like getting like anxiety, bro. was just getting I was just getting mad anxiety, bro. So let's go back. Let's go back, man. And and this is what I'm saying. It's like if you want to um, because I know somebody like my boy Raul. He has like a shout out to Raul, and the people that I be rocking with on the regular. I am site and ghetto styles and stuff. I collab with those guys a lot. Um, Matthew Stratton. Like what I'm saying. Well, back to Raul. He has an NPC group on Facebook where they're actually using the NPC to try to create music. He just created a song that he did all on the NPC, and he's trying to use the MPC in that way. Well, when you have something like MPC Key 61, you can record vocals in it pretty easy. And like I said, like I'll let you hear my voice. You guys can hear it. Now I said don't make fun of me. Don't y'all make fun of me, man. But the MPC comes with a lot of like tools that you can use also for vocals. You know what I'm saying? It has like the compressors, it has the reverbs, it has different effects that you can put on the vocals, like a tuner. It has a harmonizer, it has like different stuff like that. So for this vocal, I put a compressor, I put a EQ on there, I put the air vocal tuner, which kind of makes it like auto tunes, and then I put a reverb. Now, is the reverb and the compressor and stuff all like top of the line compressors that you guys can use? Are they like hardware compressors? Probably not, but they get the job done, man, and that's all you need to do. So I'm gonna let you hear it one more time without all the stuff on it. You know what I'm saying? Now let's put all the stuff back on it. Let's go. Now, I know y'all can hear the difference. And that's with the MPC Key 61. You know what I'm saying? And then when you put the beat back to it, so you guys get what I'm saying. You guys get what I'm saying. Let's go back to the chat, see what you guys talking about. Okay. E22 says it's actually very compact. Sincerely, this angle looks big because the top is closer to the camera lens. Yeah, that's probably true. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with my iPhone, so that's my second camera. It'll be dope as a hybrid standalone and using the keys MIDI in the box. So I agree with the point as it being a great piece to build around. Yeah, that's what I think it's. That's what I really think it's for. I think it's either for keys players, or like I said with the MPC X, it's something that you want to build your studio around. If you're looking for like one of your first pieces of gear to buy to start a studio, usually people decide if they want to go standalone, or if they want to go DAW, or if they want to go hybrid, and then they start building around that. You either start getting a powerful computer, that has like all the software and stuff in it, the DAW with a nice interface, and then you start building from there. Or people start with standalone units. They'll start with a SP404 MPC Live or Machine, what I'm saying, something like that. And I think this is one of the things that you want to get first, and then you can build your whole desk and everything around it. And and it's a perfect hybrid, because you can use it in standalone if you want to, but then you can also, you can also hook it up to a computer and use the power of your computer if you have one. And like I said, it's not terribly heavy. It's not really that heavy at all, so you can move it around, different places too. If you got your little gig computer, keyboard gig bag, you could put it in the gig bag and take it, do live shows with it probably, or probably not live shows, because there is a problem with how the instruments switch. Like when you switch from one instrument to another, it doesn't do it seamlessly like some of the other keyboards that people use for live, like a Yamaha Motif or a Montage or something like that. the switch is instant from plug in to plug in. It's not like that with the keys. So using it as a live performer, as far as like just using it as like keys only, might not be the best thing unless they have an update that they did to it that allows it to do that now. I haven't seen it, so like I said, I could be wrong on that. Um, but you can definitely take it to other studios and plug it into their studios, plug in the hardware, use external gear to run out and then run back into it, you know, just like any of the other MPCs. Let me see. ET2, a lot of CVs. Yeah, I'm not too big on the CVs. I never really touch on the CV gates, bro, because I never used them like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I try not to give people false information. I'm not always successful at that, but I try my best not to give out or talk about things that I don't know anything about. And to be honest, I don't know too much of anything about the CV gates. I just know that they're there, and a lot of people who use like you know like do like the modular gear, use a lot of modular gear or sense, love CV. So that's all I know about it. Nevea Sky says it'll be dope. Oh, okay, I already read that. Yeah, it's got Bluetooth, wireless, MIDI too. Yep. See, look at you guys, man. You guys are helping me make this video. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, it does have wireless, and it does have uh, MIDI too. You know what I'm saying? And it also has Wi-Fi, which is what like the MPC one doesn't have. So it has it like all the other computers, so you can update to the new hardware. You know what I'm saying? You can upgrade to the new hardware without having to connect it to a internet source, hardwire it. You can do it all over Wi-Fi. Let's go back here. I got this thing right here. Yeah. 927 says still haven't messed with it yet. Heard the key heard the keypad is trash though. Can anyone confirm? You know, I have an MPC. I mean, I have a Impulse 49 key for my controller keyboard sitting right here, and it's semi weighted, and it's not the greatest. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest. But the MPC keypad is like better. Is way better than that. As far as I know, I am not a keyboard player. So let me make that known. I am not a keys player, but I think since I've been doing music for a while, for a long time, I think I can kind of like tell you how I think it feels, and I think it doesn't feel. I think it feels pretty good for what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I have the Motif 88 sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? And this has fully weighted keyboard, fully weighted keys, and you can tell that these are fully weighted. And a lot of people swear by the motifs. The Akai MPC Key 61 is not to the level of a motif, but I don't think it's trash. If I'm just gonna give like the short answer, I don't think it's trash. And it has aftertouch, and it's sensitive, it's velocity sensitive. So it's just like any other keyboard that's out on the market right now. It has the aftertouch and all that stuff that comes with it as well. So yeah, it says it has Wi-Fi. Yo, what you doing, guy?
Well, I'm trying to find my game.
You trying to find your game? What game you trying to find, sir?
I'm trying to find Mario Party.
Mario Party.
Yeah.
Did you bring Mario Party with you?
Yeah.
No, no. Remember, your mom didn't let you bring it.
How?
Remember? No, she didn't let you bring it, bro. She only let you bring one game.
What you doing on there?
Yeah, I'm live right now, so you guys are like in my live stream.
Oh,
Just give the case.
Huh?
Just give the case.
You gonna take the case? Don't lose the case, man. Okay. All right, love you. I'll be done in a second. Okay. These guys, man, my babies. That's my them is my world right there. My kids, man. Love them to death. But yeah, yeah, it has Wi-Fi, so you don't need an SD card really. I mean, yeah, and no. You know, some people like the. I think like having stuff on the SD card is good, or having it on some type of external like drive is good, especially for backing up and things like that. So, you know, even though I wouldn't really trust an SD card, that's why I'm glad it has a SATA bay that you can use, um, and like a place where you can plug USB so you can plug in external drives. Yo,
what are you doing?
I'm on live.
Oh, I didn't know.
I gotta get one of them signs outside my room, man, that says live or something, bro. See, I'm gonna have to get off here pretty soon. Hey, Mike. Mike, I'm live, bro. Putting all your business on live. Christ. All right. Let's see what else we got. Said the keys are fine. Those are sort of comments that come from people who are pianists used to hammering. Yeah, that's what I would say. If you're like a pianist and you're like used to 88 keyboard key beds that are like fully weighted, you know, because for the most part, I don't think I've ever seen a 88 key keyboard that was semi weighted. All the 88 key keyboards that I've seen, you know what I'm saying, even if they was MIDI controllers were always fully weighted. So yeah, if you're a pianist and you come from using like an 88 key bed, um, most likely those was like fully weighted. So yeah, let me see. Push 3 or MPC key 61. That's I don't know, man. I haven't even seen or touched the push 3, so I can't speculate on that. All I know is that I love MPC. MPC has been like, uh, you know, I have all of them in here, bro. And you know what I'm saying. I could take either one of them and make some dope shit with them. So a lot of people like the push. It is like it has Ableton connectivity and stuff. People who use Ableton, I think that would be great for them to like get something like the push with it being standalone. I just don't know enough about the push 3. When the push 3 came out and everybody was on top of it, that's when I was going through stuff, so I didn't even get a chance to look at it or cover it. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell you whether you should buy the push 3 or the MPC key 61. What I am gonna do is tell you to trust what you feel and trust what I'm saying, what you think is best for your studio. Because I think people have a good idea. If you're a person like me, you do a lot of research before you go out and buy stuff. Before I go buy anything, I do so much research on the different items that when I actually purchases, when I actually make a decision and buy the machine, when I get it, I can almost use it as soon as I take it out the box because I've done that much research on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all you have to do is do your due diligence and figure out which one you think is going to be best for you and your setup, because that's what it's about at the end of the day, is picking the right gear for you. I'm not going to try to force any musical gear down your throat and say this is the best and you should buy this. No, all I'm going to do is try to give you the pros and cons of what I think these instruments do best and what they lack, and then you guys can make a decision off of that. whether it's something that you want to consider or not. But I'm not gonna ever tell you that, hey, if you don't own this, then you suck. You know what I'm saying? Go get this right now, because if you don't, you're a loser. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna say nothing like that. I'm never gonna force no gear down your throat. Because I'm a consumer as well. I want people to make the best decision that's for them. And there's a couple things. There's three things to me that come in. Oh yeah. Nevaeh said, Nevaeh Sky, my boy Jimmy said, machine plus plus. Yeah, I did. But I made a thumbnail that says, machine sucks, MPC is better. But that was just to be, what did Kanye say? He said, "Who cares what people say? It's provocative. It gets the people going." That's all that was. It was just to get people going. But even in that video, I told people, you know what I'm saying, why I think that the MPC Live 2 was better than the Machine Plus, and I, stated all the facts and stuff. But I didn't tell anybody to go buy one or the other. I think I actually had links for both of the machines in there and told people the same thing I'm saying right now, is to make the best choice that's best for you in your studio. Because people who use machine, there's a lot of people that want to switch over from machine to MPC, and I tell people that might not be the best thing, because if you're already comfortable with a certain workflow, then you should stick to that, because your knowledge for that product is only going to make you make beats faster and better beats, because you already have passed the learning curve. Now, can you move over to something like an MPC and probably kill it, because you have the music inside you, and you know enough about music from using the other gear that you can transfer those skills over? Yes, you can, but there's still always going to be a learning curve. And as long as those other devices are doing what you need them to do, unless you run into a roadblock where it's absolutely not going to work for you anymore, then that's the only reason why I would switch to something new. It's because I ran into a roadblock of something that I need to do that I can't do on the existing device anymore. That's just me. So, let's see what else we got. Push 3. ET2 says push 3, definitely you need the MPE polyphonic expressions. Akai don't play that yet. Push 3 is more fresh for sure. Well, there goes a opinion from ET2. Maybe he's messed with the push 3. He might have more information about it than me. Let me see. FTO over FTP over Wi-Fi. Okay. Machine plus plus, that still kills me. With a battery. You want the Machine plus plus with the battery? Yeah, if Machine Plus come out with the battery, man. Like my only problem with the Machine Plus wasn't about what it does. It was just about what they were trying to offer for the money, versus the MPC Live 2 that like has a battery, and you can take it anywhere, and you can do so much stuff with it. More ports and all that stuff. Like that was the biggest problem I had with the machine. And you know what I'm saying? I just try to call things how I see it. So, It says, but it's got 2 class compliant USB type A ports. So you can put any USB reader in it you want. Yep, SD card. Yep. He says better get everything. Push, machine, and push. Maybe he was talking about push, machine, and then the MPC. Yeah, I mean, if you can afford it, man, go get it, bro. I'm not a huge baller like some of you guys out there. Some of you guys really balling like that, and you can have everything. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. So, but I can say that I'm blessed and I got a lot of stuff, but it took me a while to build this stuff. And like I said, shout out to Zounds once again. That payment program for me has been a godsend, because without that I probably wouldn't even have a studio again. Because I remember when I started my YouTube I mean, not even my YouTube, before YouTube. When I started building my studio again after all my stuff got stolen, because I don't know if you guys know the story of my stuff. All the stuff got stolen, and I basically had to start over from like ground zero. And at that time, I had lost my job, the good job that I had, and I was like broke and stuff like that. So I didn't have a lot of money to start over. So, I tried to go to places like Sweetwater and like Guitar Center and get stuff like on like payments or put stuff on layaway. I was even going to pawn shops trying to find stuff. I did buy a couple pieces at, pawn shops or whatever, but like some of the major stuff I wasn't able to get if it wasn't for Zounds, bro. They've been messing with the little guys and helping the little guys for a long time. They've been looking out for us and allowing us to get stuff on payments without even having good credit. They gave me a chance. They gave me a chance to do right, and I bought some gear and I paid it off, and then I bought some gear, and then I was able to get it on even extended payments, like up to 12 months. So like I said, I rock with Zounds, and I was repping them even before I was an affiliate for them, or repping them before they even reached out to me, because I just believe in the company so much, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have the stuff that I have. So that's why I be going so hard for Zounds, bro. And like I said, the people there, even now that I'm in the partner program with them, the people they really care about the little guy, and they really care about musicians, and all of them are basically musicians themselves, and know how it is out here. So like I said, I mess with Zounds, bro. There's always going to be links to my to everything that I talk about in the description for Zounds. If you guys balling on the budget, if your credit isn't that great, I would tell you to give them a shot. Real talk. Because they hooked the boy up, man. And that's the reason why my studio is the way it is today. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be here. Probably would have given up. Probably not, because I don't give up, but would have taken me a lot longer. That's for sure. Let me see. ET2 says a thumb drive or external SSD or hard drive. Yeah, I'm guessing you're talking about like for the USB-A ports. Yep. You can do a lot of stuff with the A ports, man, on all the MPCs. That's why I'm saying, like, even something like the MPC 1 can be powerful depending on how you use it. You can still, and I got an MPC 1 in that cabinet right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's the MPC 1 in there, right there. That thing can be powerful if you know how to use it. Anything can be powerful if you know how to use it. If you're willing to put the research in. Let me see. Better everything. ET2 says, I'm feeling your story. Thank you for sharing. You're oh dang, I can't read right now either. Thank you for sharing. You've got great character. I used Zounds back in 2000, and I'll start using them again. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I think that's the reason why people come to my channel. I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not, and I just try to keep it real, bro. Even like with the struggles in my life, I told y'all that I was going through stuff, and I just had to fall back. But I just try to keep it real, man, and that's a real story. I'm not gonna try to push stuff down you guys' throat. I'm not gonna try to be like a plant and I always try not to discourage, because everybody has their own story and their own road to walk when it comes to music production. That's anything in life, though. There's people out here that tell you shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that and shouldn't do this. Part of the journey is finding out things. Now, there's a lot of information to be learned. So if you can learn the information and you can advance yourself faster, that's always good. But what I'm saying, I just try to encourage people to just do music, and try to encourage people to to go out there and buy the things that make you feel, because music is how it makes you feel, man. You know what I'm saying? Music makes you feel a certain type of way. If you can get that, if you can get to wherever you're trying to reach, the final destination with whatever piece of gear, then use whatever gear gets you there. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the conductors, and all this stuff is just tools. The only thing, when you use tools, you start out with the beginning building blocks of tools. You might have a, you know what I'm saying, a screwdriver. You're using the screw and bolts and stuff now, and you learn how to use that screwdriver efficiently if that's all you have. But then eventually, once you have more money, and once you know been able to refine your skills more, you might want to get like a drill. So then you get a drill, and that's better than the last screwdriver you had by like 10. But it's all about the journey. You gotta start with the screwdriver. A lot of people can't start with the drill. You know what I'm saying? They have to start with a screwdriver. So I hope that makes sense, man. I hope that makes sense. But I really appreciate that, man. And a lot of you guys out there are real good people too, man. You know what I'm saying? I still think this is a really good community. That's why I even want to still be here doing this. I don't be with all the drama and stuff, man. I just want to come here and help people as much as I can, and that's it, man. So, um, says, I love your cabinet hutch. I love how you got it between your corner and the door, the lights, and the displaying your passions. Yeah, bro. I I'm a big kid at heart, bro. When I was young, I was, a lot of people have the same story I have. They grew up single mother home. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have a lot of money. A lot of stuff that you wanted you couldn't get, but you were still blessed to get some things. So I'm not gonna say that my childhood sucked. I'm always thankful for everything that I've had, or I've gotten. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got another cabinet over here that I'll take out. Let me see. Let me get it out here. I can switch my views. Bring this out a little bit. Let's go. I got my phone out here. This is hooked up wirelessly, so let's see what we got. Yeah, but right here I got my little cabinet that has like my little action figures and stuff in it. Transformers. I love Transformers and stuff. I'm a big Marvel Transformers guy. So yeah, that's like my stuff in my studio. It's like, it's all right here. I should do a studio tour and list some of the stuff that I have, in the studio. But yeah, man, this is all. And I even got like a little gaming setup. I need to move this out of here because it's counterproductive, man. That being right there is kind of counterproductive, man, because I like the game too. So, but yeah, man, some of the stuff I've had for forever. This microphone is older than my son, bro. I rarely upgrade stuff unless I really absolutely have to. This microphone is older than my son, and he's 12. This is like a 12-year-old plus microphone. I've had this MIDI keyboard for forever. You know what I'm saying? That MIDI keyboard, that's the one I was talking about, the Impulse 49 Novations. I've had that forever. I've had it. It's probably one of the oldest pieces in my studio as well. So, I've had that guitar since I was 16. The red one at the end. I had that since I was 16 years old. First musical instrument I ever bought. So yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, look, I'm about to end it, because I've been on for a while. Let me go back here. And I always like to do these before I leave because I'm just like that. And I'm sappy. And that's just me. So, this is your life, bro. This is your life. You know what I'm saying? This is all our lives. You have to try to do the stuff that makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? within reason. Make sure you're being responsible. But when it comes to these things, you set up your studio and your space the way that you want it. Now, if you don't have a space to set up, or you don't have, like, like this, because I didn't start out like this, just the fact that I was able to make music made me happy, and that was the start. I call these different marks, I'm like Iron Man. Um, my first studio was like Mark 1, and then, I got up to Mark like probably 4, and then somebody blew up all my Iron Man suits, and then I had to start back over, and then I probably skipped Mark 6 and went to Mark 7. Now I think I'm on like Mark, you know, I would say like Mark 12. So the studio is still growing, and now I have a space where, I can escape to, and I feel extremely blessed to have that, because this is all I've ever dreamed of, is just having my own space where I can come and do music. But it didn't start like this. It started in the basement with no, what I'm saying, like no soundproofing, no anything, and no desk. I was just putting stuff on top of stuff, on books and boxes and stuff, and just set it up the best way I can. Um, you have to do what you love. Buy the gear that fits your studio. The 3 criteria I look at is price, what your budget is, your space, the space you have, and then like what did I say? I said budget, space, and then like the way you create. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're more of a DAW guy, you might want to use a DAW. Or if you're thinking about doing standalone, then get some standalone stuff. But those are the 3 things that I tell people to look at. Budget is first, because you don't want to go broke buying all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why Zounds is great. You can get stuff on the you can get stuff on the payment on the payment program. That's why Zounds is nice for stuff like that. But the budget is number 1. You can get great stuff off of garage sales. You can get stuff from garage sales, from pawn shops. Pawn shops are infamous for having stuff like this. And the thing that I've learned about pawn shops too is when you go get musical gear, usually the stuff is still really nice, because a lot of people who have musical gear take really good care of it, because, what I'm saying, at the time that was probably like the best, MIDI keyboard or something out. So they baby, like everybody, I baby my stuff, man. I be wiping my stuff down and stuff. So if I sold any of the stuff, it would still be, in great condition. I don't even allow like people, like sometimes I'll bring like drinks in here, but for the most part, I don't really have any food or any drinks in here at all. So like pawn shops and like resale sites like reverb.com, there's so many different ways to just, get to the budget. And then you just want to look at your space, see what you're working with, and then over time you can build into something like this. And I have friends who have studios that are even way better than this. Some of you guys probably got studios that look way better than this, but it's about what you're happy with, man, and being content with where you are at the moment, and enjoying the moment, and feeling grateful, and being appreciative to God that you've been blessed to have what you have. So that's where I'm gonna leave it at. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell everybody all the time, you know what I'm saying, stay safe, be blessed, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for the stuff that I got coming up. I'm gonna be trying to drop a video every week, man. And I'm gonna be trying to go live too. So I'm gonna be trying to do 2 videos a week. One scripted and shot, and then the other one maybe do a live stream or something like that, maybe some shorts. But I'm gonna be bringing more content to you guys. Like I said, peace out, man. You guys have a great day.